Danger! Danger!
Welcome to the Danger Zone, the most epic podcast on the web. Movies, sports, video games, and more. Let's get dangerous.
Danger! Danger!
Alright.
Hey, what up, guys? We're back in the place. It's Dirk Jennings.
And Vinni Vegas over here.
So, as we're continuing on from our last episode that you hopefully heard just dropped today.
Hopefully you heard it. I mean, we appreciate people listening to it. I know we're not the most amusing guys.
Right, but we give it a hell of a try.
What was that you just said a minute ago? What Ricky always says?
Oh, yeah, I'm not good at sit-ups, and I'm not good at pull-ups, and I'm not good at push-ups, but I'm really good at fuck-ups.
Right, and that's Dirk Jennings. He's very good at fuck-ups.
I'm
But
good
you
at
know what?
fuck-ups.
He tries hard, and you got to give it to the guy for that.
I give it a go.
I mean, anybody that's willing to try, that's what it's about right there.
That's what it's about.
Right.
So,
Right. And we were just talking about some crazy stuff.
right, you
Some
crazy
stories.
Some more crazy stories from the more crazy
Back in the 90s.
Hollywood stories from fucking Vinni Vegas. It's kind-
Right? like fucking Charlie Murphy. Right. Except for I don't know any. The only famous people I know were in the rodeo.
Right.
And anybody that listens to this probably doesn't know any of them.
Hell, I don't even know any of them.
Right. I met Don Gay. He's like an 8-time world championship bull rider. I went to the school where he taught bull riders.
Right on.
Right. And he was about 4'2".
Really?
Yep.
Just
And
a little
he had a
dude.
belt buckle this big, dude, made of pure gold, and it had
fuck.
rubies and emeralds. And he has 8 of those.
Damn.
I know, me and my buddy Dennis that I used to ride with. You remember Dennis,
Yeah.
the tall, lanky guy? We were going to try and jump him and take one of his fucking belt buckles and go hawk it so we could buy some beer, you know?
You're like,
Which is stupid because it has his name on it and shit.
yeah, they had nowhere to find it.
Right, they'd be like, and us two idiots would use our own fucking IDs and shit. Right. But we were talking about one time I went to a rodeo with a friend of mine, my buddy Dan, same guy I had to cut the cast off of.
Dan the man.
Dan, yeah. My buddy Dan rode bulls, and we were going out to this indoor arena. It was winter time because there's snow outside. And we were going out to, he was going to ride a bull. And our way out there, Dan looks at me and says, "Guess what I got?" And I'm like, "What?" He pulls out a little plastic baggie with like 6 hits of acid in there, of LSD.
Damn.
Right. And he's like, "Here, 2 for you and 4 for me." And I'm like, "All right, cool, you know."
Right.
So I was driving. You know, you don't want to get too fucked up while you're driving.
Yeah, no shit.
And that's when I had my little gray Chevy pickup. Do you remember that little gray Chevy pickup?
I do.
And we were in that. And we drove out to Laurel, which is about 11 miles from Billings. And on the way out there, that was the summer that the Yellowstone National Park was on fire.
Damn.
Do you
That was a
remember
long
that?
time
That
ago,
was
yeah.
like 92 or 93, wasn't it?
I was thinking at 93 or 94.
Maybe. Anyway, so the sky was red. The sun was pure red because of the smoke in the sky.
Right.
And all of a sudden that acid hit, dude, with a red sun.
With a red sun.
Right. And we get to the rodeo, and we walk inside. My buddy's supposed to ride too, so we get there, we walk inside, and we look around, and what do we see? A bunch of fucking aliens wearing cowboy hats.
Aliens.
The gray ones. Grays.
Big old eyes.
Right. Big old eyes and big old heads.
That would be
Big old
crazy.
melons. Oh, dude, it was. I mean, you know, we held it together for, I don't know, probably about 12 minutes.
12 whole minutes before you freaked out.
Oh, yeah, and it wasn't good. We had to go. We had to go fast. So we went and jumped in my pickup, and we're heading back to Billings. which in between Billings and Laurel is just highway. And, shit. That was my phone.
It happens.
And
it's alright, I'll cut all this silence out.
yeah, don't worry about it. What was I talking about?
The aliens in 12 minutes.
Oh, yeah, and then we were driving back in my truck.
Right.
And we got halfway back to Billings, and the fuel pump goes out in my truck.
Oh, jeez.
Right. And both of us are just
Frying.
peaking, right? It's just hitting us hard. And we're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And right about then, a friend of ours pulled over, and he's like, hey, guys, what happened? He's like, well, get in. And him and his girlfriend gave us a ride. So, and that was back when you used to be able to cruise 24th Street, and a lot of people would do that,
Right.
So we went up there, and our buddy and his girlfriend drove us around. And we're cruising 24th, just frying our balls off. I mean, seeing little trolls running around and shit,
That's fucking nuts.
And we're at the stoplight, and the car next to us, dude, all of a sudden gets hit by a Mustang from behind.
A Mustang.
Yeah, dude, it was like an 86 or 87 Mustang, and it was doing about 50 miles an hour, and it nailed this Ford Taurus station wagon in the ass end without stopping. The guy must not have been watching because he was racing somebody.
Right.
And he hit that Taurus, dude, and it went up in the air and then back on top of the car.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm on acid watching this from sitting next,
Straight out of a racing game.
Yeah, and so me and Dan were like, dude, we got to get out of here because they're going to want to, question us and shit.
Bad boys.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the cops are there for you?
Right. You chuck it on that one, then you chuck it on me.
Right. So, so we ended up leaving there and fucking driving around, went up on the rims. You know where the airport is on the rims?
Yeah.
And you know where 6th Avenue from the Heights there?
Yep.
We used to take tires and roll them down into traffic from up there because it's, you can't see it just go down there and those tires just go bouncing.
That's evil.
Yeah, but when you're on LSD, it's fucking awesome as shit. Till the cops show up.
Right, because there's cars wrecking.
Right, dude. Right. But you know how high a tire bounces when it drops about 250
I bet high as fuck.
If you got that big old chew in, man, you're gonna...
Nah, I'm pretty good at not making the sound anymore.
Right. So that was a little tale, a little rodeo tale. I know that's not your typical rodeo tale.
Dude, your rodeo tales are awesome.
Right, if I can remember the whole stories, The one with Don Gay was up at, I did rodeo school in Lame Deer when I was 16. And I stayed 3 days in Lame Deer next to the Jimtown Bar. And if you're from this area, you know about the Jimtown Bar. It's right off of the, one of the, what reservation is that?
Crow?
Is it a Crow reservation? Yeah. Anyway, somebody gets stabbed there like nightly.
Yeah.
Like nightly somebody gets stabbed, and I'm like 16 years old hanging out there.
Yep. Well,
I did just fine for a white boy. You
gotta live a little.
Right. I mean, that's lessons in life. I want to know what it was like to do that, and I found out.
Like Joe Magnanello says, are you gonna live a little? Or are you gonna sit here?
Right. And that's how I see it too. Are you going to live a little? Are you going to get up and you're going to do something?
Or are you just going to be happy with mediocre?
Just right. I mean, you know me, Dirk. Nothing. If I want to go up in the mountains, I'm going to the mountains.
The mountains and fucking... Dude, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Right. If I want to go to New York City, I'll fucking go. I don't want to go to... That's why I've never been there, but,
Yeah.
I mean,
like driving a fucking motorcycle all the way to fucking, what was it, Missoula or some shit? Did you go to?
Rapid City,
South Dakota.
It was only 300 miles.
Still,
one
man,
way.
I bet
And
you
then
your
I rode-
ass was killing you.
Yeah, and then I rode the Harley 300 miles back.
Oh, excuse me. He's turning into a werewolf
Right.
there.
You look like a werewolf too. Actually, you don't.
Yeah,
you must have shaved.
I did. I shaved like an entire fucking muskrat off my fucking face.
Oh, like a
Dude,
whole-
there was this big fucking ball of hair after I was done, just in the sink, and I had to like shove it down there with Q-tips.
You're all ramming it down with Q-tips.
Yeah, because I didn't shave for like ever because I'm lazy.
Y'all got the plunger up on the sink, fucking doom, 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 doom.
Right? Yeah, it sucked, man. It took me like fucking 30 minutes just to shave that shit off with a razor.
With a razor. I had to use the electric razor first, and then I'll shave tomorrow because that shit, man, when it's too
Yeah.
long,
It'll
and
just
I'm trying to
fucking-
shave- yeah, it fucks up my razor. My razor
Yeah, it just
gets all
plugs your
fucking-
razor
right,
up.
Right. But I got like barbed wire on my face.
Right, and I mean, I don't have a fucking buzz. See, this is the thing I'm talking about. See, every time we do podcasts, when I edit them, I have to take out a lot of my vocabulary. My because I can't. I don't know. I can't
and
think
what-
good, kinda.
And what do you take out of Vinny's?
Not a whole lot.
Lick my nuts.
Not a whole lot.
You barrel of monkey spunk.
I can't think good, kinda.
I can't think good, kinda.
Yeah, but anyways, as I was saying,
Right. I'm not good at push-ups. I'm not good at pull-ups
or sit-ups,
or sit-ups.
but I'm
Good at fuck-ups.
Right. Fuck. I don't even know where I was going with that.
I don't either. It was Friday the 13th.
Yes,
This Friday, Dirk is a huge, we all know,
Jason fan.
ginormous. He's got all the busts, all the masks from every movie.
Right.
He's got autographed pictures from every actor that's ever played Jason.
I do, all of them.
All of them, and some of them more than one picture.
Right.
Autographed to him.
To me. I even have one by Richard Brookler, who's dead. And
See, I don't even know who that is, but
Oh.
he's got him autographed.
Yeah, he died. He played Jason in part 3. He was a good Jason. I liked him. He's a lot of people's favorites, but not mine.
Which movies was he in?
Friday the 13th, part 3.
Part 3?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, what's is that? That's when he gets the hockey mask.
Yes, that's
That's when he goes from old burlap.
old tater sack Jason.
You're right.
The goalie.
Old tater sack.
That's what I call him. Old tater sack Jason. But yeah, I got the Friday the 13th Blu-ray box set, and you know what's funny is most people would think, because I'm such a big Jason guy, is, oh, you probably watch all your Blu-rays and shit on Friday the 13th. No, not really, because I watch them all the time when it's not Friday the 13th.
Right.
So when it becomes Friday the 13th, I'm like, I don't want to watch this garbage.
It's on TV and everything, and
Right.
you're like, this is the one day of the year I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I don't watch Michael Myers on Halloween. I don't watch Jason on Friday the 13th. It's because I've seen those movies so many fucking times.
Right.
It just kind of it doesn't have the same stigma as it would to you if you watch those movies on
Right,
those
because
days.
I haven't watched those. I haven't watched a Friday the 13th. I think the last one I seen was back in the late 90s.
Yeah. Probably,
And I was like, well, I won't get into it.
it's alright.
But it was a free movie. I remember going to the movie theater to see one of the last Friday the 13ths.
Yeah, I went. It was Jason Goes to Hell.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I went too.
And I got in for free because I was with one of my roommates, and he found $20 when we were going in, so he just bought our tickets. So it was free.
Right on.
So, can't say much about a free movie other than it was free, and anything free is awesome, so
Yeah, stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
I fucking will.
All right. So anyways,
Right.
now that I'm...
Which, you know, speaking of Friday the 13th, remember that time we were playing GTA 5?
Oh, yes.
And you were, of course, you're always dressed like Jason in GTA 5.
Yeah, with the hockey mask
With
on.
the hockey mask and the suit.
And the suit.
And the machete.
Yeah, and we were playing, I don't know what we were playing, what mission, but we had to drive that RV.
The RV, right?
And I fucking tipped it over, and it fell over. And then I got out of it, and I was on top of it, and I was standing up on it just like Jason, and Jason Lives.
Right, just like Jason, and Jason Lives, and it was awesome because the sun was just like right behind you.
You're right, I wish I would have been recording that.
Right.
Because that would have been
You
dope.
should have got a picture with your cell phone on there.
Hell yeah.
But, I mean, we are the kind of guys that would slap someone for taking a selfie on GTA 5.
Yeah, no shit.
Because that's just fucking retarded. It's retarded doing a selfie as it is, but...
I remember when we used to play with fucking Patrick, that fag. And,
yeah, what happened to him?
He's a prick. But anyways, I remember he went all the way up on one of the tallest skyscrapers, and I was in my helicopter, and I was flying behind him, and he took a selfie of him on top of that building, and you can see me in the helicopter behind him.
I remember seeing that picture.
That was pretty cool.
How come I'm way up higher than you?
I don't know. I don't get it. It's because I'm not close enough.
Getting close enough.
But I don't want to eat the mic.
Why not?
Because
you eat cocks.
See, look at this shit.
You're like, see, look at this shit.
Hello. There, that's a little bit better, right?
Right, there you go. Now you're more like I am.
Hey, comrades.
Hey,
there.
Hey, comrade? Right.
There we go.
Yeah, you can tell by the way I use my walk.
I walk all the time because my legs can walk.
Right. You short idiots.
Yeah. How's the weather down there, you short idiots?
You short idiots.
I like that show.
Right. Or you know what I was just thinking of, Dirk? That episode of Family Guy where Roger's having the spring break, you know, with the scepter, and he hits that guy.
Yep. Fucking Scotch Bingington.
Scotch Bingington.
Yep. The king of spring break.
Right.
And he's like, you didn't think I was going to take him down. I always take him down.
Right. Roger's the shit.
He is. He's fucking badass.
Remember that episode where he drew the vagina on him?
Yeah.
He's like, I got a hot date and everything's gonna go all right.
Right, and Steve's all like, but you're an alien.
And you're drawing a vagina on yourself.
Right, it's not gonna work. And I love how he always like dresses up in costumes and shit.
Right. Always, he always has a different personality.
Ricky Spanish. Dude, American Dad is awesome.
Yeah, it is. That's a fucking hilarious show.
It is. I hope they don't cancel it like they did Cleveland Brown's show.
Right, well, Cleveland Brown
wasn't as good.
Right.
It wasn't as
Rollo
good.
was hilarious on there.
Yeah, Rollo and Cleveland Jr. were the whole
right,
show.
Cleveland Jr. Remember the one where Rollo was eating his boogers?
Yeah. Gross. That makes me want to vom.
Makes me want to mom too.
Ugh.
But that was hilarious. Or when Junior sang that Balls Deep song.
I'll talk about balls
Right.
deep. I just watched that episode not
Did
long
you?
ago, yeah.
You see, now those are too bad every episode wasn't that funny.
Right. I like that show. I mean, it wasn't as, like I said, wasn't as good as its predecessors, but
The Family Guy, or The Family, which had the same thing as American Dad. Both shows, every episode is fucking
pretty
hilarious.
stellar.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Pretty stellar. And what the fuck? I like Cleveland on his own show better than I like him in Family Guy.
Right. Well, because you get to see more of right.
Right. So I don't think Cleveland gets the shots he needs on Family Guy.
I don't think Quagmire gets the shots he needs.
I'm not really big on Quagmire.
I killed your cat.
Yeah. Quagmire's okay.
Remember when I was being accused of killing Zeus?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
and whose best buddy is he now?
Yeah, yours.
Right. Whose lap does he sit in all the time?
Right. Everybody's all like,
That son of a bitch.
Right.
He killed him and stuffed him in somebody's tailpipe.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Because I'm a maniac like that.
Yeah, and nobody's at his house, and they don't even know. And he all calls me up, and he's like, "So I'm feeding your cat that people think I killed."
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And remember when you ruined Thanksgiving for me?
Oh, dude, yeah. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean it. I did not mean that. Yeah.
I know. Unfortunately, sometimes what is meant as a joke is
Serious as fuck.
Right. And you don't even realize it until it's too late. And
yeah, this guy's fucking Thanksgiving went to shit because of one fucking
joke.
One fucking joke I said during Thanksgiving.
Right.
I'm like, him and his ex-old lady are getting the band back together. They're going on a world tour, all this shit.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, the shit crust cracked.
Right. And it was a joke. Because I was helping out my kids' mom. And because I was doing that, next thing you know, the band's back together and we're on tour. And I'm like, that's not even wow, that's what I was told. And
Jesus.
And I'm like, what the fuck did you say? And you're like, all I did was crack a joke.
Yeah, and then grandma and fucking everybody just ran with that joke.
Well, that's how it always works, you know that.
Yeah. Fucking so what else were we gonna talk about here? Yeah, the Misfits got back together.
Right.
After 30
I got something to say. Hey, we reunited today.
Yeah. After 33 years, they got Danzig back in the fold and Doyle. It was pretty fresh.
Which is pretty. That's awesome because Glenn Danzig swore he'd never go back to the Misfits.
Yeah, well, guess what?
He's back.
Money talks.
Right, and money does talk.
Yeah.
You can say you won't sell out all you want, but
if
somebody's flashing that cash, I'll tell you what.
Well, I'm pretty sure it went like this. I'm pretty sure him and Jerry only sat down and they were like, well, we're both old. We're not going to be able to be doing this much longer. So if we're going to do something and make a bunch of cash, we got to do it now. Because if we don't, we're going to be old, even older than we are now, and it's going to be shitty. So
right.
I'm pretty sure that's how it went. And
you got to take advantage while you can, man. You only live once.
You only live once. And I've seen Doyle with Danzig doing Misfit songs back in 2005.
Well, now you're gonna get to see it all. Well, we
maybe.
discussed that.
Maybe
right?
The closest they're playing to me is in Denver, and I would love to go see them.
Right.
I don't know if it's in the cards because of money and time,
and because some people are doers.
And some people are don'ters.
Right.
And I am a don'ter.
You should have bought a bike this last spring or this last tax return, dude.
I know.
You could have rode your bike all the way down there. It wouldn't have cost shit for money.
Right, but my ass would be hoiting.
Yeah, but it would have been worth it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, I would ride my bike to the beach.
Yeah.
And it'd be worth I'd sleep on the beach.
Fucking A, just
and
like
with my back, dude. But the beach, dude, it's sand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better than what that shit we were sleeping on in fucking Cooney.
Right.
Fucking
That's so
Lump
funny.
City.
Stevie never even knew that we were debating on leaving a note on the car. Leaving.
Yeah, because, dude, it was so bad. Like we said, I don't want to rehash shit, but damn, that fucking shit sucked.
Right. Oh, my back. My back's killing me today because I worked all day and fucking, man, when it hurts, it feels like Bruce Lee did a super flying dragon kick to my back.
You know, like Paul Stanley says, when you work all day, you gotta all night.
Damn right, and who would know better than Paul Stanley?
Right. So, let's sorry, guys. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sorry, guys. This episode today is kind of just on the fly. We didn't really have a show theme or nothing. We're just kind of coming at you guys.
It, and it don't matter because
we don't need a theme. Fuck you, pay me, goodbye.
Right, because we're still getting paid.
Yep. Just like Jim Cornette says, fuck you, pay me, goodbye.
Right.
I like that guy. He's funny.
I like Bill Burr.
I like Bill Burr too.
I like what Bill Burr says. You know, he's got strong points. That's all I can say.
He does. He's fucking hilarious.
He is.
I love it when he's talking about the politics and how he's like, man, not one of these fucking politicians has the balls to say it because they know that if they do, they'll get no votes. But he's like, I just wish one of them would just buck up and say, all right, 75% of you have to go. Now let me finish.
Now let me finish.
Now let me finish. To solve this shit is to kill 75% of the population because it's too fucking crowded.
Right.
Dude, that bit was funny as
I
fuck.
hate to be in that 75%, but unfortunately I agree with him.
Right.
We're overpopulated.
Way
overpopulated. There's too much baby booming has happened in the past.
too much fucking going on in the world.
Right. People need to learn how to fucking pull out, man.
Fucking A, they do.
You know.
Especially in fucking China.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Well, there they've had laws where you can only have like one kid.
Yeah, and if you have a girl, they throw it away.
Right.
That's
Which is
fucked.
fucked up.
That's fucked.
Right. I love my daughters.
Right, me too. Fuck China. China, fuck you, pay me, goodbye. I'll
Right.
tip your house over.
Yeah, fuck you, China. I don't even like your candy.
I like your food, but
Your
that's
candy
not it.
tastes like shit. Candy's supposed to be delicious and sweet and everything packed with goodness, you know. Yours tastes like, what the fuck does it taste? It tastes like lobster or some shit.
That's why all Chinese kids are all hella sad and serious when you see them. And they all know karate because...
Right, because you eat fucking live squid. What's with that? Live
Yeah.
fucking squid, man.
That's sickening.
And what is it, the Japanese that eat sushi?
Yeah. Yep.
What the I don't even like fish cooked.
Right, let alone
fucking uncooked.
uncooked or
I mean,
alive.
the only fish I like is like marlin. You ever had marlin or swordfish?
Yeah, or mahi. Yeah.
Delicious.
Big
Yeah,
steak.
big meaty. Like
Yeah.
tuna.
It's like tuna, but better.
Right, but oh wow, but delicious.
Sired fish is some
Right.
good shit.
But exactly, and here you want me to eat it? Yeah, but it's in this. What they call it? It's the California roll.
So fucking what? It's not.
Right.
You put that shit on the grill.
Right, deep fat fry that fucker and give it to me.
Right. If I'm paying $14.95,
Dip it in batter and fry that fucker, and you can call it the fucking Georgia roll.
Right. I'm not eating that shit. I've seen monsters inside of me.
I'll dip that shit in some sweet and sour sauce.
You gotta cook that shit. It's not done.
It's not done.
It's not done, man.
It's still pink in the middle, man.
Fuck. Yuck.
There's only one thing I like that's pink in the middle, and it ain't fucking sushi.
Yeah. No shit.
Right.
So, did you know, speaking of China, this weird topic here, did you know that fortune cookies did not come from China? That's an American thing.
Yeah, I saw something like that on like fucking.
Yeah, and they tried to incorporate it in China, but China was like, this is gay American
Right.
shit.
Right. Well, it is. I mean, you know, we're Americans, man. We come up with ignorant shit.
Like dumbass. Didn't those fortune cookies are gross? Who eats those son of bitches? I don't even open mine anymore.
Right. Who was it? George Carlin that said America's so terrible. You know, the French gave us the croissant, and we turned it into the donut. Which, hey, I'll tell you what, man. Give me a fucking donut any day over a croissant. I love croissants, too. They're buttery delicious.
Yeah, but donuts.
Right.
Don't get me started on that.
Fucking right.
I
I know
gave-
you get them lodged in your throat.
Right.
I get the bear claw.
Fucking eat about 40 maple bars and pass
Dude.
out for a day.
My favorite are apple fritters.
Go into a diabetic coma.
Oh, fuck. No shit. I eat one donut, dude, and I start shaking.
Oh, you know, sugar.
Yeah, I know. It's my enemy. Mike and Ike's, that's what I can't quit eating.
They're
Those
good.
fucking Mike and Ike's, dude. They're
They
so
are good.
Right. And I'm not even eating the grape ones anymore because I can't find them. Everybody's buying the grape ones, so what do I got to get? The root beer ones are the next best thing.
Right on. I don't think I've ever had the root beer
Dude,
ones.
they're root beer float ones, and they taste just like a root beer float.
Right on. I'll have to try those sometimes.
Oh,
Usually
dude.
when I get the Mike and Ike's, I get the tropical blend.
Oh, yeah?
It has like a teal green one and a fucking yellow and red. It's like fruit punchy type shit.
It's like fruit punchy.
Yeah, it's like a warm glass of Hawaiian punch.
Right, because nothing's more satisfying after a day on the road than a nice tall glass of warm Hawaiian punch.
Exactly.
It really hits the spot.
So let's get into another story
what else,
here.
What else should we talk about here? I don't know.
Tell me a story about when you were younger and you still live with your mom and dad, and you were always, how the hell did you ever get laid with your dad in the house?
Not at the house.
Dude, that would suck ass.
Well, because, my dad was like, my dad loved the Air Force. He was a military man.
Right.
And it was like boot camp in that house. Like I say, when he'd wake us up, man, because we all had to do paper routes because we were so poor, We had to pay for fucking school clothes and fucking school lunch. Well, we got free lunches because...
Right.
That was back then. We were so poor. And I had to drink fucking powdered milk.
Oh my goodness.
You've had powdered milk, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about it.
Right. And government cheese. You remember the government cheese?
Oh.
I know you've had it too, man.
Yes.
We come from the same
breed.
The only difference is you didn't live with my dad.
Yeah, thank God.
Right. It was, I love my dad, but it's tough living with a drill instructor.
Big time.
Right, especially when they're half Mexican and they don't like white people.
Yeah, no shit.
And you're white.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, Uncle Frank was my boogeyman when I was a kid.
Right. He was mine too, but I lived with him.
Oh, that sucked.
Right. I tried to, all growing up, man, my girlfriends would be like, I want to meet your parents. And I'm like, no, trust me, you don't.
You don't? I don't think so.
And a lot of them were okay with it, but the ones that, my last relationship was messed up because, like I told her, you don't get involved with my parents. I know I gotta meet them, and it's like, all right,
here we go.
Hey, you brought this on. It's,
That's your shit now.
Right. I mean, you might think everything's honky-dory to begin with, but you'll figure it out fast. If you don't, you're fucked.
Right, if you don't, it's too late.
Right, because you know how my dad is. He don't lie. He's straightforward about everything.
Big time.
He'll tell you, if he thinks you're being a fucking idiot, he'll tell you, hey, you're a fucking idiot.
Yep, and you don't give a shit.
Zero fucks are given. That's how many. Zero.
None.
Right. I mean, you remember, like you said, when you'd come over to the house.
Yeah, scary.
Dude.
Everybody was in line, I remember.
Right. You're afraid to even get a drink of water. You might spill it on the floor.
Right, I'd just be sitting there. I'd just sit there and never move unless I went down into the basement and kicked it with Marie or you or Joe or somebody.
And our house was always like extremely spotless.
Yeah, it was. That was weird.
Right. My dad would, first thing he did when he'd get home is he'd check the living room for footprints to see if anybody had been in his living room.
Right. I remember he had that big screen TV back then.
And then he'd check his stereo glass to see if there was any fingerprints on it. And if there was, boy, there would be hell to pay.
The winds of shit.
And that's the thing. My dad was a union man like me, union man, and he was fair. And the way he saw it was the fairest way to handle the situation if somebody was in the living room is everyone gets punished.
There you go, because nobody's going to admit to the shit.
Right. And somebody was in there, so if nobody's talking, everybody gets punished.
There you go.
Right. And I didn't get I wouldn't get grounded from like the phone and shit because I didn't have anybody call anyway. I wouldn't even, growing up, I'd tell friends. I only had a few friends that would come over I'd tell most of my friends, don't come to my house, man.
Right.
You know, I know people say, yeah, my dad was that way too, but I mean,
I can tell you, I was there.
right. My dad was a very, very strict,
Scary individual.
right. I mean, all the way up till my teens, he'd tell me to go to bed at 8:30 at night.
Yeah, and you know, he's one of those guys you don't even have to talk to him really. You just look at him.
He just looks at you and you know, I better leave.
Yeah, he's not to
Shit.
be fucked with.
He still kicks me out of the house when I go down there. You go down there and you tell him something, and he's like, don't tell me how to live my life. Get the fuck out of here.
You're like, welp, all
Well,
right.
I guess I better go, because I gave him a 357 and I don't want to get shot with my own gun.
No shit. Fuck.
You know, what do you do?
All right, nothing.
You know, I don't know. I'm glad that he was the way he was in certain aspects, because when you have that many boys,
Right, 4 kids, dude.
right,
That's insane.
right, and then he had his older son Mark,
Yep.
right, and then he had another son, lives out on the East Coast.
Damn, he made himself available, didn't he?
Yep. Well, you know my dad, man. He was a romancer too. Back in his day, he was a good-looking guy. You know.
Right.
Always in really good shape. You know, my
Yeah.
dad was very athletic.
Yeah, he was in good shape.
Plus, he played the guitar.
Yep.
You know, in the Mexican band. He used to go listen to my grandpa sing in Spanish. I don't even speak a word of Spanish, but it
Yep.
sure sounded good, man. My grandpa Martinez could
Just
sing,
wail it out.
dude, and play his little mandolin.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I
Or
remember.
accordion. Remember?
Yeah.
Gampy
Gampy.
used to play the accordion.
Gampy. Yeah, our great grandfather.
Hey, he could play the accordion like you wouldn't believe, man.
Hell yeah, he was
dancing
awesome.
around and playing that.
Fucking Jesus Christ! It's been a while since he's been dead, but I remember when your dad was younger, man. He looked really Mexican. Now in his old age, he doesn't
He
look so
looks
Mexican.
white,
He
yeah.
looks like a white dude now. I remember seeing him, and he has like no hair, pretty much. And,
Right. Well, yeah, back then he had jet black hair.
Yeah, and that black beard or something.
Black mustache, usually. Remember
Yeah.
when he had that Corvette, dude? My dad was a pimp.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember. Dude, your family's always had nice cars.
Right.
You guys
Yeah.
just.
That Corvette and the Porsche.
Oh, fuck that Porsche. I remember being a little kid and being stuffed in that son of a bitch.
Right. Do you remember my mom's 280Z?
Yeah, I wasn't even fat then, and I fucking...
Dude, that thing was awesome. I want one of those, man. Those
Fucking
things
A.
are sweet cars.
I remember your dad had this badass fucking old school pickup truck in like 1998, a black one.
That was that 64. No, it was a 67 Ford long box,
And it was
two-wheel
dope.
drive, and it was slammed, and it had the Corvette spokes on it, and a 429 in it.
That fucking truck was fucking beast mode.
Ah, dude, that thing was fast as shit.
It was nice. I remember he drove it out to my house because him and Vinny's mom used to come over and play cards with my mom and our grandma, and fucking he came over with that truck. I was like, God damn, Uncle Frank, that is a bad piece of machinery.
Right, that was a show truck, man.
That fucking truck kicked ass, dude.
Right, that thing sat in the garage a lot. Yeah, that was a show truck. We had that Challenger too. We had a '73 Challenger with a 440 mag in it.
Damn.
Dude, that thing was so fast. That thing was probably the fastest. We had a Monte Carlo. We had a 70, I want to say 72 Monte Carlo with a 454 in it. Man, that thing was awesome.
Hell yeah. Man, what I liked about those days and going to your old house on Jansma was that big fucking mural in the basement.
Right, of the castle.
Dude, that thing was dope as fuck.
It was still there when they sold that place. I'll bet they took it down.
I wouldn't have.
I remember when my
Sick.
mom put that up, dude. I was just a little kid.
Fucking A.
And then we had in the hallway, we had that wallpaper of the airplanes.
Right.
Right, but that castle, Dude, I still have fucked up dreams about that house, too. Probably because I grew up in that house.
Right.
You know? I mean, what did I spend, like, 15 years of my childhood there?
Right, I remember when you guys moved from that house, Marie was hella pissed.
Right. Well, it was almost paid off.
Yeah, you guys probably should have just stayed there.
Well, I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Well, I
It was
know,
my
it was your
parents. Shit,
parents,
my mom
but-
wanted that house that she lives in now.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I mean,
don't
it's
either.
bigger, but I like the other one
It
better.
is bigger, but I did too.
The other one was cooler, more nostalgic.
I think it was because it had the big one has the garage, and it's
Yeah.
on the good side of town, you know.
Yeah, but still, man,
It
that's
was
not a
fucking
bad. That
great.
Jansba area isn't that bad.
Dude, and we had the nicest lawn on the block. It's because my dad was Mexican, but
Right.
I didn't figure that out. You know, I never really figured that out until I got older. When we were kids, I was like, that's all we did was yard work, you know.
Right? He's like,
And then when I got older, I'm like, well, no wonder why. Remember I used to be a landscaper and shit?
Yep.
Well, no wonder why. My dad's fucking Mexican.
right.
And it's nothing racist, but that's
That's just
you know,
the way it goes.
It's like my buddy at work, he's Oriental, and he's like, you'd think I would be working at a fucking steam cleaning shop, you know, at like, what the hell are those called?
Fucking laundromat place.
Laundromat, yeah, right.
You know, or a fucking tailor
He's like, it's
shop.
in my DNA, you know? And it's like, well, I guess. Like, white people live in trailers, and Dirk pushes them over with a big semi
Yeah, exactly.
while listening to fucking Tarzan.
Tarzan boy. Yeah, I'm not letting that one go.
Right,
I'm still on that kick.
right.
Fucking Tarzan boy.
I tell you,
know.
what, I anymore, it depends on what day of the week it is as to what you're gonna get.
Yep.
If it's Friday, it's face kick Friday. Thursday, it's throat punch Thursday. If it's Saturday, it's submission hold Saturday. And there's no tap outs.
Right. And Mega Weenie Mondays.
And mega weenie Mondays, right? That's the only day of the week you get mega weenies.
Right.
And Taco Tuesday.
There you go.
Because tacos are fucking delicious and they
Oh my
gotta have
God.
their own day, right?
Oh my God, Jay.
And
Yes.
Wednesday is hump day.
Oh, fuck.
And speaking of humping, what were we talking about earlier, Dirk?
Oh, yeah, fuck.
About these dudes.
These fucking
All right,
lemons.
so any chicks out there listening, you know, as a guy, it's hard enough trying to get through your life without being fucking arrested for stalking
Yeah.
or sexual harassment or just being a creepy weird dude because I'm staring at you because you're wearing fucking yoga pants and a thong and you're bending over picking up your keys in front of me 15 times every 2 minutes and you can see through your yoga pants and I just got a fucking rock hard stiffy going on. My dick's hard enough to cut diamonds.
You could dial a phone number with it.
Right. fucking knocking over vases on shelves and
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Right. And then, and then I'm a sicko because I'm staring. Well, I'm sorry. You know, I don't go to a car lot and see a fucking Lamborghini sitting there and not drool all over that fucker.
Right, that's like me fucking, these chicks will dress like complete whores, and then when you hit on them and you're like, hey, babe, I want to, what do you think? And
they're
they're like, I'm not a slut.
I'm not a slut. And
That's
it's
like me dressing up as a cop and then somebody saying, help me, officer. And I'm like, just because I'm dressed this way
Right.
does not mean I am a police officer.
Right. But that's what it's like. And, it's tough enough trying to... I mean, fuck, like a guy like me. I'm 40 fucking years old, dude.
Yeah. And
My game is not the same as it... Thank God it's not the same as it used to be because that was back in the 90s. And,
the whole thing with meeting women and trying to get something out of it, whether it be sex, a relationship, or both,
whatever.
is fucking just
Some
nowadays.
Netflix.
It's just bullshit. It's a cat and mouse mind game.
It's a game.
It's like a social dance that you got to do, and it's just bullshit because...
And anymore, it's like everybody has jetpacks.
Yeah, and they're flying through your window and shooting you in the fucking face.
I fucking hate jetpacks in games. And you know, if I wanted to play a game, I'd go fucking buy a video game for my goddamn Xbox One. I don't want a game. I just, somebody to sit down and talk to. Maybe go out every once in a while. Maybe eat somewhere, like somewhere really fancy like Applebee's.
Right. Yeah, hell yeah.
Just kidding, man. But you know what I mean. Maybe go have a couple drinks. I haven't been to a bar in forever. And then if I go to a bar with you, you'll be drinking pitchers of beer like glasses.
Yeah, and fucking the thing about it is like you can do this social dance with a woman that you meet, and halfway through it you still can't figure out whether you're friend zoned or not.
Right.
And it's fucking bullshit.
And then you're dealing with I ran into, I think it was I don't know, a year or two ago. You're over there, you're spending every fucking minute you got with some broad. You think things are going well, and then she breaks it to you. She's got a boyfriend. And it's like, why the fuck didn't you tell me that 2 weeks ago when we fucking met? What am I? I'm over here, I'm fucking,
spending all this money and time and effort.
I'm telling you shit about me, and I'm getting to know you, and then you're telling me, well, I just wanted to be your friend. Well, then make it fucking clear in the beginning,
Right. Very, very clear. Crystal, please. Because
crystal clear. Just be like, what, you're a funny guy, and I know I wear fucking see-through pants around you and stuff, but go ahead and look. Just don't touch.
Right, like me and my friend Katura have an understanding about that, It's like me and her are friends, but that's it. She's married. Fucking,
she's happily married.
Yeah, and fucking that's it. That's it. But then again, there's a thing because each guy knows when he's talking to a certain woman, he's doing it for a reason. Because let's be honest here, and I'm sorry, ladies, but no guy, unless you're cool as fuck like Katura, no guy wants to hang out with you unless he's trying to get a piece of that tender young ass.
And just because he hasn't made a move yet doesn't mean he never will.
Right. And
some women are worth waiting for.
And it's just retarded because they're like, and then they get offended, and people will probably say I'm a pig for saying that, but it's true. And all men know it. Unless you're gay, the only reason we talk to women and try to be friends with them is so that we can eventually maybe date them, except for
date them. I mean, there's only
except
one
for when
thing,
it's up front and personal, and you're not doing that. I
mean, the only thing, there's only the male brain. It's the primitive part. All you can think about is that little hairy triangle.
Right.
That's it. That's all that matters.
You know what I think about every day when I wake up? I think about my daughter. I think about beer. And I think about killing people. And I think about fucking. And that's all that goes through my head. I'm like, what am I going to do with my daughter today? Oh, I'm going to get some beer and play some Magic. Now I want to kill this person. And then it just cycles over again. And that's what I think about over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Just a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle of violence, sex, and love for my child.
Yeah. Well, I understand that. I have love for my children too, but I'm the same way, man. I wake up and all I can think about is where's the nearest warm, moist hole to stick my cock into, and drop off a bucket of fucking big old wad of fucking hair conditioner.
And I mean, I understand, ladies, like let's say you're talking to a dude and you're hanging out with him and you have no interest because I know girls right about after 5 minutes of meeting you, they know whether they'd fuck you or not.
You know right away. And it's cool to just hang out.
It's cool just to hang out, but if you think, and if a guy is actually breaking his back to spend time with you and do things
you need to make it clear to him that
you're not interested.
To stop, right?
Even if you feel
that
like
being cool, it's cool to be friends.
Right. It's fine. Just tell it like it is.
Right.
Because if you don't, it's gonna piss me off, and I might tip over your house.
Right, and any normal person can take that and say, you know what, that's cool.
Right, since you fucking didn't waste a bunch of my time, that's all right.
Right.
And, you know, I understand they don't want to do that because they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Well, guess what?
It's too late.
It's too late. The damage is done.
The damage is done. Right. And it's better to just hurt their feelings and be honest than to
drag it out.
Right. Let it play off, hoping that, you know, I don't know what the reasoning for that
I don't know
would
what the
be,
fuck their thinking is. And you know what else I can't stand about these women is fucking their standards are completely high. Okay, so get this right.
What are you talking about? I don't know.
For a guy, dude.
What? Well, my standards are completely high too.
But get this. But for a guy to get with, you know, really good-looking women, he has to be good-looking, in good shape, have a good job, be a nice guy, talk well, dress well, etc. But
I'm 8 out of 10 of those.
Right. But for a woman, all she has to be is not too fat. You know, it's
and
bullshit.
even that we can compromise on.
Right. But still, you know, it's a fucking no-win game.
Yeah, men are easy. I mean, we don't care if you got stretch marks. We don't care if your bra and panties match. There's not much that's gonna stop us. We're gonna, you know,
right.
We're men. I'm gonna fucking whip that fucker out. Probably beat you on the forehead with it. You know, maybe fucking whip the old coin purse around a little bit. There you go. To you 12-steppers.
There we go again.
Right. You know, I nothing would fucking, dude. I just, any whores out there, please come and lick from the back of my balls to the tip of my dick.
With one big lick.
One big giant lick. Because that's just a fantasy of mine.
But the moral of the story is don't waste my motherfucking time and don't play with my emotions because your house just might get tipped over. And you know what's funny? I showed my friend Tony, I told him to listen to our last podcast.
Yeah.
And he did, and he listened to that, and he thought it was hilarious when we were talking about the Tarzan boy and the
house tipping.
Yeah, and when I said, you know, it's weird that a song like that would instill fear, and he was all laughing. He was like, the first thing you need to do is instill fear.
Right. Right. And something as obscure as that fucking song, dude.
Right.
That's kind of disturbing if you think about it.
Right. It's like a horror movie with instead
like
of
clown music.
Right. Or Jesus loves the little
God.
children.
Like Children of the Corn, dude.
Yeah, something weird like that.
I ever tell you about the first time when the first time I went to Nebraska, I was doing line construction.
Yeah, this was without me.
Right, this was way before then. And we got down to Nebraska, and, you know, where we come from, it's mountains everywhere. You can see mountains for miles.
Yes, Montana.
And you get down to the flatlands, and there's nothing.
Nothing.
And I've seen the Children of the Corn movies.
Right, I'm sure many of our listeners have too.
Right, and I get down there and there's nothing but fucking cornfields, and we're running cable through them. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I used to wear my gun on my side. And the guy I worked with was like, you guys from Montana are fucking weird.
Like, man, there's a creep in there. I know there is.
I used to hear all kinds of weird shit out there.
Well, yeah, and cornfields are fucking weird anyways, because you can get lost in them shits.
Right, and we'd be out there till dark.
Oh, fuck that.
Right, I know, dude. I used to be so freaked out. Fuck cornfields, man. I love corn on the cob.
But that's about it.
Right, but man, get me on a cornfield like that. Dude, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna do sound shots. I'm not gonna see what I'm shooting at. I'm just gonna shoot.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. I seen that Freddy versus Jason when Jason comes out of the fucking goal. Dude, that hockey goalie was pissed.
He was. And,
right.
You know, I know firsthand about how scary cornfields are because a long time ago when I was just a little shit, dude, I was probably in kindergarten. My dad used to live on this farm that was
I know what you're talking about, dude.
I used to live on this farm, and they had this big field of corn, and I used to hang out at my dad's on the weekends and just kick it there with him on that farm. And I would run into the cornfields, and one time I got lost in that bitch. Thank God it was daytime.
Oh, right.
I got lost in that bitch, and I started to freak out a little bit, but thank God I found my way out. Oh, my dad would have found me anyways. The cornfield wasn't that fucking big. I mean, it was big, you know, it is pretty big, but I mean, it wasn't as big as the ones in Nebraska. That's for
Whoa,
true.
dude. Well, yeah, I told you, dude. I told you, because I lived in Nebraska for a while, and I told you, man, when we got down there, it was dark, but the sun was coming up by the time we hit Nebraska. But I told you, all you're gonna see is fucking corn. And what did you see? Nothing but corn. Corn and ugly people.
And they fucked up the meat. Anybody out there from Nebraska, we'll kick the shit out of you.
You're right. Fucking John Panette. Love that man.
67,000 million pounds of meat ruined.
Right. I love that, dude. I love that. What is that? Show me to the buffet.
Yeah. Fucking, and they fucked up the meat.
Right.
They got fucking children of the corn.
When you think Nebraska, you think, cornfields and football
and nice people, and they fucked up the meat.
Because that was back when
they did the meat recall.
Right, which was, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a long ass time ago. But yeah, that bit was funny as fuck, but every time I think of Nebraska, that's what I think of.
Right, they fucked up the meat.
They fucked up
the meat. Well, they did.
Meat.
Remember when we ate there, man? That was crazy. It when we got it, it was so big, and it like, man, I'm starving, and you take a bite, and you're like, whoa!
Just Grease fucking City, USA.
Oh my God, the Golden Corral has better fucking food.
Yeah, at least Golden Corral's food, you know, when you first eat it, it tastes good. This shit, like, it looked good. It looked good.
But once you take a bite, it was
it was all look, no substance.
Where's the gravy? And a lot. Well, even the gravy was
shit.
Bland.
And if you fuck up gravy, you need to be killed.
Right, because you can get that shit in the little packets.
Yeah.
And it's good.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I use to make gravy.
Right. I mean, I don't. Well, I make gravy, but still,
I use the little packets. Yeah.
I like using a wine and beef bouillon and shit like that.
Well, enough about gravy.
I like to cook, though.
You do. I don't like cooking.
Dude, I do. I love cooking. I love cooking new things. Oh, man. I love eating.
I was going to ask you, next week, do you think old HC will be able to make it?
Horsecock. Oh, yeah. Horsecock was supposed to be here tonight.
Yeah, that's why we lost our topic, because we were supposed to have a guest today, but...
Right. He couldn't make it, unfortunately. Stevie's got health problems and stuff, so it's kind of hit and miss. But we will get him on a show. He wants to be here. We will, if you're interested on being on the show,
just drop us a line.
Right, hit us up on Facebook or something.
Yeah, and if you're not from the Montana area, that's fine. We can put your ass on speakerphone.
Right, and do on Skype or something.
Yep, and it'll be fine.
Right.
But yeah, next week, if Stevie isn't able to go,
right,
I'll get a guest somehow.
Right.
I have a couple of guests lined up, but I wanted to do Stevie first.
So do I. Because Stevie's a funny guy, and he's known him a long time, fucking time. Well, he's known our family for a long time.
Forever.
Right. So, I mean, it just more stories.
More stories, more laughs.
Right. More laughs. Dude, right. And I also would like to have Jess on here sometime.
Yeah, Big Jess.
Dude, yeah, because that'll be a Star Wars episode.
Right, and I can rag on him for liking Farscape.
Right.
And then he can rag on me for liking Magic the Gathering.
I'd like to have my buddy Bruce Jones on sometime, which is going to be hard. We might have to do an episode in the middle of the week, and then but and then just put it on sometime, anytime we need to fill in.
Right.
But because he's like a music encyclopedia.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
He knows. I mean, he just knows everything about every band. It's hard to explain, man. He's a musical encyclopedia, and he's a funny guy.
And he gives no fucks, no punches pulled.
None. Dirk's met him at the ICP concert.
Yep.
Dude, Bruce was tossing people around. It was awesome. And he was so lucky, man. He got a 2-liter right to his face.
Full?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we drank it afterwards. I know. Remember we were all getting up to the stage telling Violent J to kick us in the face?
Yep.
Kick me!
Yep. Violent J's a sexy man.
He was, dude. He's all skinny now.
Yeah, he's all skinny now,
Yeah,
but I don't care.
Skinny. He's got that big head still. But...
He's got a big fucking head.
Right.
But it's a handsome big fucking head.
What would be funny is if Shags got all fat.
That would be weird. That would be strange.
Well, that's kind of like when Jamie got skinny.
Right, now Paul's the fat one.
Right. But I don't know. I haven't listened to their stuff in a while.
You don't want to.
I think I told you that Paul was my favorite of the two. Anyway.
Yeah, Paul stepped his game up. But yeah, their last record was, in my opinion, was
garbage.
A flop. Don't like it.
Really? That's bad.
I bought it, but
I love those guys in the ICP movies. Big Money Hustlers and Big Money Rustlers. 2 fantastic shows.
Big time.
I could go home and watch them both right now.
He's like, man, fuck that.
Right. And how many times have we seen those shows?
Like a kabillion times.
Like a kabillion.
I love Big Money Rustlers, man. People hate on that movie, but...
Why? It's so funny.
I guess it's because they act so different compared to the last one. But then again, you know...
That's what they're supposed to do. It's not supposed to be the same movie.
Yeah.
One's a Western and one's a
not.
fucking... Right. And, I mean, 2 completely different movies, and they were both awesome.
Right. I love Big Money Rustlers, dude. I watched that one more than Hustlers because I bought Hustlers on VHS when it first came out, and I'd fucking seen that movie too many times.
A million. Dude, we've watched it together 1,000,000 times.
I can't watch that movie anymore, but I watch Rustlers a lot, and I think it's hilarious.
Right. I do too. My favorite part is when they're smashing fucking...
Jimmy Hart's fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
And he all smashes that, and when Jamie smashes that one finger, and he's all, and that one didn't count neither.
I like it when Paul all spins around and bam, with the hammer. That was fucking dope.
Or when they're locked up and Shags is smacking them.
Just smacking
Paul's
the fuck
all,
out
how's that even possible?
That's a good one. I like that movie.
That movie's awesome.
Anybody who hates on that movie, and if you're a juggalo, you're just dumb.
Right, I don't see how you can be a juggalo and hate on...
I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to be a juggalo, but man, that's a good movie.
That is a good movie, and so is Big Money Hustlers. That Death Racers that they did,
that was kind of dumb.
Kind of.
It was booty.
The only funny part was when
Shaggy
smacks that fucking stake that went through Jay's leg. Yeah, he all impales his leg, and Shags walks up and just smacks that fucker.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty much the only good part in that show.
Right, but you know, Big Money Hustlers. You had Harlan Williams.
Yeah, Dolomite.
Right, you had Dolomite. You had that white guy from the
Jerky Boys.
Right.
Yeah, the Misfits were in there.
Which he was so fucking funny.
Dude, he was the best in that.
The best police chief.
Yeah, he was one of the best parts of that.
The only funnier police chief I've ever seen other than him was when Dennis Leary played the police chief in Who's the Man? Right. I still have that on VHS,
King Cooper.
Dude. Right. We got to make that into DVDs and then we'll sell them on the Danger Zone.
On the Danger Zone.
Right, because you can't get that movie on DVD.
Right, and you know what? Fuck it. Fuck you, pay me goodbye.
Right. You got a problem with it? You can talk to my attorney.
Right.
His number is fuck off.
Yep. It's near the high school. 232. Fuck off.
Right. You go down the road, you take a left, and it's your first right.
There you go.
Right. He'll take good care of you.
Good care.
You can sue us for every dime we make, which is millions of dollars.
Right. Just millions of yen.
Fucking right. Yen.
Well, I gotta speak for myself. You probably make trillions of yen, but I make
make
thousands of yen.
This ain't a job though. This is us talking and
right.
Fucking people listening to it. Hopefully people listen to us. I don't know.
You better listen to me or I'll fucking
come and tip
your fucking
over.
House over, man.
I'll come over. I'll fucking sit there and I'll do nothing but talk in your ear for 5 hours. Well, trust me, I can do it.
Fucking yeah, he can.
For 5 hours, and I won't run out of shit to say either. And not only that, but I'll probably insult you for the full 5 hours.
Fucking A.
I mean,
yeah.
You know, because
that's just the way it goes, man. Yeah.
Some people are good at push-ups. Some people are good at pull-ups. Some people are good at sit-ups. Yeah, some people are good at fuck-ups. I'm good at insulting people.
And I'm good at fucking up.
Right, and I insult him when he fucks up, and
he insults me even when I don't fuck up.
I'm just,
you're the insult master.
My standards are way up here.
Right.
And it's only because in my life, in my shoes, I have no room for
error.
Right. And so it's hard for me to adjust when I have to give somebody else a lot of error.
Right.
And, right. And, because I'm such a self-motivated person, it's hard for me to deal with people that aren't as self-motivated as I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You and Eric could get along very well.
Right.
He's self-motivated, too.
Right. And, when I get my mind set on something, I do it, and
he gets it done.
I get it done, and I do it until it is done. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm fucking the best at everything I do, because I'm not, but at least I try.
He's just a human being.
Right. I do what I can.
Yep.
And all that matters is that you try, and you keep trying until you accomplish it. I don't give a shit. I'll fucking show up with a handful of gas and save the fucking day.
He will. He did it.
I give zero fucks.
None given.
Right. I mean, there are certain things. If a bear's coming and you're in between me and the bear, I'll probably trip you and run.
Fucking A.
That's taking one for the team.
You gotta
take one for the team.
Yes. And I wanted to do something new this show that I just thought of on the spot. I kind of want to give homework to our lovely listeners out there.
All 5 of you.
All 5 of you. No, the millions and the millions.
I wish millions of people listen to us, too.
Dirk's fans.
I'll tell you what. I don't know.
I kind of want to give you guys some homework. And it's not just questions. I want you guys to think about the best topics that are just totally off the wall and fucked up.
Right.
And send them to us. And if we like them, we'll fucking do those topics. Even if we personally haven't, done it. For example, you want us to talk about hot rodding. I've never hot rodded.
I have.
Right, there you go.
I love hot rods. Dirk knows that.
Yes.
I've had a couple Camaros. How many vehicles have I had in the past? Or that Chevy truck, remember my little Chevy truck? Remember my little black Dodge truck that I had not too long ago?
I like that green Camaro.
Oh, the one with the T-tops, dude. That thing was sick. It was a 95.
But it was new because it was back...
Well, because that was back in 96.
Yeah.
Right, that was my first new car. And that thing sat in the garage all the time.
Dude, I bet you that thing was a chick magnet.
Yeah, it was, but that was back when I didn't need a chick magnet.
It just added to it.
To be honest with you, I really wish I would have, because back then it was between buying a Harley or a new car, and I chose a new car because I wanted another Camaro. I really wish I would have bought a bike, man, back then, but things don't work out. I probably would have had to sell it when I became a single dad, because I had that badass, remember that Grand Prix? I was restoring that Grand Prix with T-tops, and they had the Daytons on it, and I just put a new motor and transmission in it, and then things went south for me, and I had to get rid of everything. Mm-hmm. And I wish I still had that car too, but I couldn't keep it at that time. What are you gonna do? What can you do?
But yeah, the moral of the story is give us topics and questions, because let's be real here. I can't chew gum and walk.
No, this fucking guy can't. He'll fucking kill himself.
I'll fucking fall over and hit the ground, and
bad
people
shit
will be like,
happen.
People will be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I gotta do one thing at a time. So yeah, give us topics, questions, fucking tell us to fuck off. I don't care.
Right, tell us to fuck off. We'll tell you to fuck off.
We I was thinking about putting out my cell phone number out there so random people can call us and talk shit.
You go ahead. I don't want to have to change my number.
I don't give a fuck.
I'll be getting phone calls at fucking 4
Maybe I'll get a track phone with like a cheap one with like fucking 100 minutes on it, and just fucking use that phone for what we're talking about. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I used to have one. They're not that expensive.
No,
but dude, I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't want to give any fucks my cell phone number.
We need to.
You're right.
We need to do like a what's that called? Instagram.
Yeah, it's just I don't take many pictures.
Right.
I mean, I guess I do, but me and you don't take very many pictures together.
I'm too old for that shit, man. When I was a kid, you only took pictures at family events
or at school.
Right. And we were so poor we didn't have fucking cameras anyway. So it didn't fucking matter.
And that was back in the day when the cameras were fucking
big old fucking Polaroids and shit.
Big giant ones.
Right, dude.
They were expensive.
My collars were like a foot long. Butterfly fucking collars, man.
Right.
You look at my kid pictures, and I wore polyester suits. That's how fucking, But that's what was in back in the 70s.
I can't.
Not my fault.
I can't even talk about it. I don't even know what the 70s were like. I wasn't even...
Dude, I remember wearing turtleneck sweaters.
I wasn't even a nut stain in my mama's underwear then.
Right.
But, anything you guys can suggest to help us out would be beneficial to both of us.
Right, and it would show us that we have listeners that actually listen. It means a lot to me if you listen to our show.
Yeah, me too.
If you do listen to our show and you like it and you want to be on it, hit us up, man.
We're going to start another section on our YouTube page with more videos of us doing gameplay.
Right, we got to get the Dirk's microphone fixed on his controller
on my Xbox One.
Yeah, because right now we don't have any audio because his controller's fucked up.
Right, but once I get a new controller, we're gonna have a whole new playlist on our YouTube and the Facebook.
Right,
where it's just the Danger Zone guys playing.
And you'll hear me insulting the hell out of this guy.
Yes.
Constantly blaming him for all my mistakes.
For all his woes.
Right. All my problems in life get thrown on the Dirk.
And if we do something amazing, we might just make a music video out of it.
Right, because amazing things happen all the time in our lives. Because, you know what? We're two single dudes. We do what we want. We don't have nobody telling us what to do.
Team Sexy represent.
Right. Team Sexy over here. I make my own decisions. If I want to stay up all night playing video games,
you're a decider.
That's what I do. I'm the one that pays for it the next day. I don't fucking, if I want to go get drunk and piss my pants like Jim Leahy says, everybody pisses their pants from time to time.
It happens. Nobody
It
wants
does.
to admit it, but
it happens, and we're only human. And every once in a while, you wake up in your driveway, you pissed your pants.
Right.
Maybe you shit your pants. I don't know.
I've never done that. God, thank you.
Well,
Knock on wood.
Sometimes it happens, but
Right.
you take antibiotics or something. Penicillin does it to you, but you do it, and you can't be. Don't you judge me.
Yeah, don't you judge me. Who are you?
Right. Who are you? I mean, we've
Who
all
is
shit
this
our
is?
pants before. We've
Right.
all pissed our pants. I mean, it's been a while since I've gotten really fucked up and pissed my pants while
Me
I was
too.
passed out, but it's happened.
It's happened, yeah.
And, I'm not something I'm proud of, like eating 8 cans of ravioli.
But it happens.
But, you
But-
burn the first couple with the torch.
Yep.
And then, you eat the next couple, and then who knows, you didn't realize you ate 8 of them. You're not proud of it, but it happens.
It happens, and every fucking episode I try to improve on quality. This last episode that we did was a bitch because I fucked up the audio files and I didn't know, so I had to really
that's
do
what-
a lot of editing on the last one. That's why this one that just came out before this one took so long to get on the web, is because I was in the fucking editing process forever.
All sweating hard.
Yeah, and it just kept turning out shitty every time I thought it was
Right.
golden.
And you're just
now
getting
it's
frustrated,
It's
just-
yes,
You're over here kicking your dog.
just pissed. I would upload it and I'd be like, "Here, Vinny, listen to it," and he'd be like, "It still sounds like shit," and I'd be like, "Motherfucker."
Yeah, but I think all of our stuff sounds like shit because I don't,
he doesn't care.
I don't
want
want to sit there and listen to myself talk.
Well,
I don't do this because I want to hear myself talk. You know that. You talked me into doing this
right.
because I still don't understand why, but I don't know. It's kind of fun.
It is.
I hope people enjoy listening to us. I mean, I personally think we sound like a couple short idiots,
Well,
but we're not short, so
That's for
hopefully
sure.
we're not idiots.
right. So any
I don't know.
suggestions
I'm
is
not-
welcome.
I'm not a super educated guy.
Just hit us up in the comment section below and make sure to smash
Right.
that like button and subscribe, because without subscribers, why the fuck are we doing it?
Right. It's all about subscribers. It's all about views. Please help us spread the news.
Right? This is episode 5. We're
Right.
halfway through season 1, I think. So
Right. And we're really trying to make something out of this. I'd love to. I don't know. Can we get this on iTunes? Is there a way we can put this
yeah,
on
we
iTunes?
can. Yeah,
Can we?
yeah, that's easy.
We need to start doing that.
Yeah, we'll get it on iTunes here
I'll
soon.
have my kids help us with like Instagram and shit.
Yeah. So
But yeah, we really need help. Any suggestions? Anybody want to help? You know
shares
what?
would fucking rule too.
We could use an intern. Anybody interested in being an intern?
right, and
Because the
don't
interns don't get paid, do they?
No.
Okay.
And don't act like it's hard to fucking click a like and a share button, because it takes not even a minute
Not
out of
even
your
a
life.
second.
You sons
And you
of
know what?
bitches.
If you listen to us, you'd probably laugh at what idiots we are anyway. So, I mean, if anything, you get to hear fucking stories about somebody dropping LSD going to a fucking rodeo.
Yeah,
How
seeing
many
weird
people tell you
cowboy
stories
aliens.
about that shit? Right.
Right.
How many people get pissed off because they get a large instead of a small soda?
Yeah, and just can't let it go.
I can't. To this fucking day, it bugs me. Every time I go there, I gotta hold my breath.
I might have to go tip her house over.
Right. I don't, I can't. It's not my fault. I'm OCD or whatever the fuck it is. What did you tell me that
You
one
got
time?
manic. You got fucking a personality, a borderline
personality disorder.
Yeah.
Right. I can't help it.
Yep. Well, that's just the
You
way
know.
you're made.
It was the way I was born.
Yep. But anyways, I think this about wraps it up.
I think we got enough on here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, shit. As much as we cut out, dude,
Oh, I'm probably only
and
gonna.
as much
this
as you're
one
gonna cut
isn't-
out of the
This one isn't as nearly
you
as bad.
sound like you're over there
Taking a shit.
docking with some dude, RWH and rubbing wiener heads.
No way,
And
Jose.
you got them like this.
Yeah.
And all I want to know is when you come and it goes inside of this one, do you knock that guy up?
I don't know. I've never done that.
And then another thing is, we've discussed this before. When two gay guys, we're not gay, so, just out of curiosity. When two gay guys are butt humping each other, do their testicles get tangled?
I don't know. But
That's a good question, though. I mean, you gotta admit it. That's a good question.
yeah, and if they don't,
If you're gay and you listen to this, I hope I didn't offend you, but I'm curious. So maybe let us know.
Let us know
You
what's
know?
up.
Do you get tangled up? And if you do you have to call paramedics? Or, are you that good you can...
Just rip out the Vaseline and
I don't know. Well, your balls are covered with grease.
only you would know.
Well, that's what your Sunlight cousin said. The ball grease on your controller.
Right? I just sit there and grease my balls with
Just
fucking
grease them like fucking bowling balls, dude. You got a towel.
Yeah, I'm with fucking what is
Bumping
that
your
shit
balls.
called? Fucking
Right.
turtle wax.
With some fucking high shine turtle wax.
Make sure them shits look good.
Putting a spit shine on them fuckers like a drill instructor's shoe.
Fucking A. Well, yeah, we're about to hit the dusty road here. We're an hour and 20 minutes in. Yeah, we've got
and it's
enough.
Nuketown and it's double points, dude.
And it only comes once a weekend, so you know what?
Right. And I'll get angry if I don't get to play my games.
So you know what I got to say about that is, fuck you, pay me goodbye.
Fuck you, pay me goodbye.
Danger! 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 Danger!